Alrighty, buddy, everyone. So now we finally got this car. Here it is. Doing good. And well, now all we got to do is just change the water pump. The way I found it was when I put more water into it, and the oil was fine. I think they changed it before they figured it out. It started, everything runs, and next thing you know, water's gone. I'm like, all right, where could the water have gone? You know, there's got to be a leak. There's got to be something, right? Nope. Oh yeah. See that? For anyone who doesn't know, this is water in your oil. It comes out as a creamy substance. But before we added water, the oil was good, so at least I know not to crank it on again and get the water pump and exchange. And from there, we can just flip it. Make sure everything runs good, check everything, brakes, tires, everything we need, and make sure it's good to go. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is take off the battery. The battery, make sure computer's fine, disconnect it completely. Get that out of here. The next thing I'm gonna do is gonna be take off the air box and the intake. But what I would have recommend first is take out your coolant whenever you can, because I know it's kind of hard to take out the coolant from a hose or somewhere, but take out your coolant and then take out your oil. But let me take this air intake off and then I'll get back with you guys. Alrighty, the air intake is all done. Now we're gonna take off the manifold, but I think I'm gonna drain the oil first. So I'll get back. We're draining oil. We're gonna lift her up. Well, as you can see, it's a little creamy. Alrighty, so right on the left-hand side, there's this nut here. You drain it right here, and it's a 19 millimeter. Alrighty, ladies and gents. So water's drained. Took off the main hose just so it's out of the way. Now we're gonna take off intake manifold. But right now I'm focusing on the wiring harness just so it's a lot easier to take off the intercooler. So here, I already took my alternator off. These are all from my spark plugs. And then here is where your injectors are. And then there's a main plug, which is right here. You pull this here and it pulls back. So now what I'm gonna start doing is finishing, get this wire harness out of the way. I got this here and I just got a cable all the way that way. So I'm pretty sure it's the other oxygen sensor, I believe. So I'm just gonna take this apart, and then I'm gonna take off this intake manifold. I believe these are 10 millimeters or 5/16. I will make sure. And I'm just gonna remove all these hoses on each side, and I believe that's it. A couple screws all around here. And then I'm gonna take off these bolts, and then this intake manifold is gonna come off. There you go. Jesus. Well, yeah, and then from there, we're gonna take off these covers. Alrighty, everyone. So now, I already got this loose. I just have it on for coverage because I'm just out here in the freaking middle of nowhere. Alrighty, guys. So we already got the intake manifold done. Already got most of the hoses ready to go. And got all the wiring out of here, so it's pretty fresh and clean. Got this cover pretty loose, and then now I just need that one. So I'll get back when I get this cover off and I get most of this bracket and most of this here. So alrighty, everyone, so got this cover already loose. Now we're gonna take off this motor mount, because right here, these two right here, this gap right where these two are squeezed together is a timing cover. Goes all the way down there, and we gotta take this timing cover off. In order to do that, we gotta have space, so we have to take off this motor mount. So first, I think I'm gonna take off is, first thing I'm gonna do is probably put a jack under it and a place. If I'm not wrong, these two motor mounts, this one and that one over there, are the only thing holding it, other than the exhaust and everything else. But there's no frame that holds it. So when you jack it up, make sure you're just jacking up the engine and it's just held. When you start taking off, I'm gonna take off these 4 bolts, these two, and then I'm first gonna do these 2, and then I'm gonna do these 4 and then from there just go on until you get down to these two. So I believe this is a bracket here, it pops up, then there's a bracket that connects to here. Take these off, the neck comes off. So I'll get back with you guys. All right, everyone, I got a little bit over, totally forgot, so I went a little bit too far, but I'll explain everything. So I already took off the timing cover. I have all the bolts right here. I use a cardboard to see where each one, the top and the sides, just to remember sometimes some are short and some are big. So what I did is I put my timing marks right here, as long as it's the top up here, and I marked it just to make sure I put it the same. I'm reusing the timing chain because it barely, the person I bought it from told me they just changed the timing chain, so there's no point. So I have that one marked too, and then I have my dot right there, and then down below I have my two in betweens, and there's a dot right there, as you can see it. So as long as I put those two back here, makes this top dead center up here. This is still with my mark, and this is still with my mark. I already took off the tensioner. It's with an 8mm, and then I took off I forgot what these were called, but taking off this one now. I took off that one so I could take off the chain guides. Now I just need this chain guide, and I'm gonna start taking apart this water pump. So I'll get back with you guys. All right, everyone. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts. Once you take them off, use a little screwdriver and you just start wiggling it little by little, just so that gasket breaks. And it had some guides, so don't worry about it falling. You're gonna see all that water is gonna fall out, and just remember to drain that water out again. Do not let any water be in that system. So this is the old water pump. As you can see, it's pretty mangled up. Doesn't even turn really. You can see all the damage is right there. Me just trying to turn it, barely turns. So good to know this is our problem. So now here's a new one. So I'm gonna put the gasket on it, and then I'm gonna torque them down. I believe it's 12 or 15 foot-pounds. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check that. All right, everyone. So I got the tensioner on. The way you reset this tensioner is you pull this lever up. You see that right there? And this little lever is what releases it, where you can now push it in. And it might be really hard, so you might have to push it against something. And once you get it to your right where you want it, then it should either hold there, or you can just hold it right there. And then after that, it will just retract, and you're able to put this in while you're holding it in, tie them down, and then it'll be all ready to go, and it's all tight. Right now I'm cleaning all the edges, make sure everything's all clean. The razor and a paper towel, and I already cleaned the timing cover. Here, now next I'm gonna put some silicone, and then I'm going to put it back on. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, and I'll be right back after I finish cleaning this and I want to throw the timing cover in. Hey everyone, so we got it running, it's good to go. So I'm a little dirty, but we did good. Here it is. I already got it turned it on right now. I'm gonna re-drain the fluid again. But yeah, I mean, after that you just put everything together. I'm still waiting for a power steering belt, just because I cut the other one off due to it being a stretch fit or something like that, flex fit, something like that. I can't remember. There's no tensioner, but other than that, I mean, make sure everything's connected. And right now I'm just gonna drain the oil, put some new one in it, and should be good to go. I mean, after that, just add your water, make sure it doesn't overheat, and that's how you'll know it's good to go. Thank you for watching Velocity Motors. Until next time.